up, guys? It's Lord Botha here for another video, and to be honest, Split Fiction can no longer be ignored. Now, Joseph Fares, whose personality I would describe as somewhere between Goku and a 1980s cocaine-fueled car industry CEO's type personality, came out during the Game Awards and showed us an insight into Split Fiction. I didn't really think much of it. I saw the two plucky female leads, the fact that the game changes sceneries seemingly every 5 minutes, and saw that it relied on some kind of gimmicky split screen feature, and I just checked out. I wasn't interested at all. But it turns out that this little gimmicky game is apparently a smash hit. This comes to us from PC Gamer, entitled Split Fiction sells 1 million copies over 2 days. Split Fiction, the new co-op action game from Joseph Fares and the team at Hazelight Studios, looks to be a hit. Hazelight revealed on Blue Sky today that the game surpassed 1 million copies sold in just 48 hours. By way of comparison, Split Fiction's predecessor, It Takes Two, one of the biggest successes of 2022, took a month to move 1 million copies. And it's not just the sales that are raising eyebrows in terms of numbers. Via SteamDB, its peak concurrent player count on Steam thus far has been 259,000 players. A massive jump over It Takes Two's peak, which is 71,000 players. And it's also worth noting that It Takes Two premiered with only 21,000 players at its launch. It's also carrying an overwhelmingly positive rating across more than 14,000 user reviews. Yeah, I think it was at like a 95% or something like that. They also point out that those sales figures were not the result of people taking advantage of the free Friends Pass edition of the game, which enables people who don't own the game to play along with someone who does. Electronic Arts confirmed with PC Gamer that the figure represents only full copies of the game sold and does not include Friends Pass installation. It is fair to say, however, they don't really say whether or not that's also included in those Steam numbers. So those player counts might be a little inflated. Still, even with some inflation, those are still massive numbers. I mean, those are Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 numbers. This is one of those things where it's no denying, especially on the AA budget this game probably had, because that's really what it is. It's a AA game, that this game is anywhere but a complete success. I mean, it's already a financial success, that's for sure. 1 million copies sold, yeah, that's pretty much guaranteed. Now, what does the game owe its success to? Well, I gotta be honest with you, hands on, I have absolutely no idea. Never played the game, never played It Takes Two. I don't know what the mechanics are. I don't know any of this. I think it's based around, a lot of the game is based around puzzles as well. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not quite sure. I do know that the story of this game is based around these two women who are both novelists. One writes sci-fi, the other one writes fantasy. They're an odd couple, they don't mix. But they have to work together because they've been put into this computer machine designed to steal their creative ideas, and they have to play through the worlds that they created in their novels to try to escape. And they end up becoming friends along the way. And again, I don't have any first-hand actual experience in the gameplay or actually experiencing the story. I probably will though, because the first thing my wife said when I showed her this game and told her it was split screen was she said she wanted to play that with me. It looked fun, which has reminded me of a certain trend that I've noticed so far in the gaming industry and really just across life. A lot of wives and girlfriends are starting to get into their man's hobby of gaming. A lot of friends I know, their wives, their girlfriends, who knows why. TikTok was down for a day. That was my wife's excuse. They're bored of their romance novels and their terrible Netflix television shows, and they decide they want to game with their husband or boyfriend. The only problem is, most of these girls, they do not want their own gaming rigs. They do not want to go through the effort of setting up accounts, all that stuff. They just want to sit down and they want to play a split screen game with their boyfriend. Unfortunately, not a lot of those exist. In fact, I'd venture to say that Hazelight is probably the biggest name putting split screen games out there. There's nobody else really doing it, it seems. And they seem like they know what they're doing and know the market they're trying to reach, which are those women. Because they've created a split screen game here designed for women to play with their boyfriends. It's got plucky female protagonists. It probably features a lot of ironic and cringy jokes that aren't actually funny, but women seem to love. It's a story about the power of friendship, which we all know women are all about that, especially amongst other women, despite the fact that they quite historically are known for tearing each other down. The colors are pretty and vibrant without being too overtly aggressive, and the scenery changes a lot between super cool, hyper futuristic, and super old-timey fantasy. And it seems like it switches a lot. Which, let's be honest, women are probably going to like that too. Essentially, this game is designed to appeal to women and what they like, but it's also designed to be functional with a partner so they can play video games with their boyfriends. That's what this game is designed to do. It's designed to be a game that a guy can play with his girlfriend or his wife or whatever. And you know what? It's being super successful at doing that. And I gotta applaud Hazelight and that little French tornado, Joseph Fares, for doing it. And I'm probably gonna check it out myself. Either way you cut it, this thing is quite clearly a success. Is it Game of the Year worthy? I don't know. Especially in a year when we're gonna get something like GTA and we've already had something like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I don't know if this one stands out enough to really catch that idea of being Game of the Year. But then again, it could be just that, so offbeat that it could actually end up winning Game of the Year. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Over all the other good things that are going to come out, over all the big massive titles that are going to come out, if this thing won Game of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.